Hello everyone, welcome to StudyIQ IAS English, and I'm your educator Praveen Mishra. And today, the most disturbing topic that is rolling over internet we are going to discuss. Why marriages are failing in India. Yep, you're watching some images, some news, some incidences that is heartbreaking, that is troubling, that is disturbing. Well, I might sound here, type of an orthodox or a stereotype person or a person who is not much favoring the growth, development, independence, freedom, reliance, liberty, etc. things. No, absolutely not. We are just in the next upcoming some couple of minutes, we are just going to discuss about the facts given by multiple organizations that why such things are happening. It's not just about some murders. It's not just about some suicides. It's not just about some crime. It's about separation. Marriage, it's a bond, social bond, more than a social bond, it's a religious bond. And then why it is happening that humans, they have been, too much out of the box, too much out of the blues, and they are even ready to just break off the social as well as religious bonds. So guys, remember, just for the name of disclaimer, I need to tell this, that we are not going to discuss some anti-liberty, anti-freedom things. We are just going to discuss the features, the facts, the reports given by the multiple organizations that tells us why marriages are failing in India. In India specifically, not talking about the globe. Well, just some 48 hours back, we have got a report published in the newspaper The Hindu. When it comes to India, India is a country with least, I repeat, India is a country with least number of divorce cases, around 1% at the global rate. Highest, it is occupied by the country of Portugal with 90% and above. But even that 1% divorces in India is troubling the essence, the genesis, the theme, and the aesthetics of the Indian society. So marriages in India are falling due to some complex interplay or factors, which include the first one, the social expectations or the societal expectations. Second one, family dynamics. Third one, literacy. And finally, the changing dynamics or the changing cultural norms, simply the geographical distribution. So these are the proper 4 parameters. Obviously you will feel like, sir, cheating, okay, that liberty thing, or, that interference thing, that personal space, that private space thing. Yes, they are the but obvious concept. We are talking from the perspective of the UPSC. See, let's differentiate the perspective of the common masses and the UPSC aspirants' perspective. Okay, the perspective of a commoner, a common person, and perspective of the UPSC aspirant. Okay, it should change. It should be having the more in-depth information, right? And here is the in-depth information. Okay, the societal expectations, the family dynamics, the literacy rate, and apart from that, yes, changing cultural norms as in the geographical distribution. So let's talk about but obvious facts. Some but obvious facts. These includes, okay, the features or issues like lack of communication. Okay, that yes, I do not have a proper communication with my partner, so obviously it will lead to some hindrances. Okay, then financial problems, infidelity, the biggest one, that is mistrust between the two. Okay, disloyalty, this is what the word infidelity means here. And yes, abuse, physical, mental, financial, whatever. And additionally, yes, the societal pressure, like why don't you have kids, why you have this kid, why do you have not that kid, why the son, why the daughter, why not both. Okay, and then apart from that, you both don't fit together, you don't seem good together, all of these blah blah things. Okay, societal norms. Okay, so the pressure to conform to traditional roles and values, coupled with the rising influence of Western ideals of individualism and equality. Guys, remember, as I stated a minute back, that we are not going to discuss anti-equality and anti-individualism. See, everything comes with pros and cons, everything, right? So individualism is a very great concept. Equality is needed concept. Forget about great or not. It's a needed concept. But sometimes, this individualism and this equality and this liberty thing leads to conflict. And conflict leads to unhappiness. And this unhappiness leads to separation and ultimately divorce and sometimes crime as well. Right? So here we talk about some data, some reports. So research from the Indian Journal of Family Studies show the rising rates in urban intercultural marriages. Okay, which one? Intercultural, intercaste, interreligion, interrace marriages due to identity conflicts and lack of familial acceptance. So many of the times it happens that I might marry a person from some another religion, another caste, another race, another region. In the beginning, I might be in love and I would be like, okay, no problem, things will be sorted. But, it might create some disturbances when it comes to, any function, any procession, any type of an institution that is to be visited. And it might create some hindrances, some disturbances that ultimately leads to separation. Might. Now, India's multicultural society is experiencing friction between what? Traditional expectations and modern aspirations, especially among urban youth. Obviously, I have to follow my tradition as well as I have to be that Gen Z thing as well. I have to go to the temple, to the mosque, to the church, to a gurudwara, but ultimately I have to go visit the club as well. Means like, how can I be an urban youth, a modern youth, if I don't booze, if I don't smoke, if I don't, hang out with my friends and have some party at a club? That is also an aspirational problem, right? Well, that's not wrong, but yes, it is, contradictory between the two, the traditional norms as well as the aspirational youth, okay, of the urban areas, urban specifically. But so these are the problems which has now penetrated into the rural and the remote areas as well. So taking the word urban here is not that accurate as well. Okay, so the fact of the data, see how the data is disturbing. The 2011 census showed a rise in intercaste marriages, and that's a wonderful thing. That means we are right now washing away, okay, or eliminating away that caste barriers, okay. 5.8% of increase in the intercaste marriages, but, now this word, but, is very dangerous. It switches the whole story. So, one point we are saying that 5.8% of the intercaste marriages has increased, right? Now, this is a very wonderful data, very wonderful, figure that yes, we are washing away the caste barriers. But such unions, basically such marriages, often face family and social resistance that causes a stress. Might be family pressure, not maybe from the immediate parents, but that chacha, bua, mama, taya thing, okay, might create, or those neighbors. Oh my God, intercaste, how dare you? Things going good at your family, between you two, caste was difference, right? Like that one. So NSSO 2019 data. Now what is it? 9.7. Only 9.7% of women in urban areas had a say in choosing their spouse, and still heavily influenced by family structures. When I'm not allowed to choose my partner, then obviously the tuning, the vibing thing won't be there. The tune and the vibes might not match very easily. It might take time, and that patriarchal society might trouble me. Okay, and I might be having that disturbance in my mind, and I might be not comfortable with my husband in case, right? And so that will lead to another case of separation or divorce. And this is what about urban areas, guys. Remember, 9.7% of women in urban areas had a say, and only 9.7, let's say 10% in urban. So think about rural, right? So obviously, so now there is a very wonderful saying in Hindi. I'll first state in Hindi and then I'll translate it in English. That इजाजत नहीं थी जिसे किसी गैर से बात तलब करने की, उसे दहेज में बिस्तर दिया गया था, right? उसे दहेज या तोहफे में बेड बिस्तर दिया गया था. So in English it would be, the one who was not allowed even to talk to a stranger was given in dowry or a gift the bed to sleep with a stranger, right? So this is also a problem, right? This is a very big social stigma. We need to come out of this, right? Then, so urbanization effect. As per 2023 Ministry of Statistics report, okay, India's urban population grew from 27.8% to 34.9%, leading to individualistic values and over collectivist family norms. So, this urbanization is great. Once again, it's needed. Yes, indeed. But yes, ultimately, the pros and cons both. The cons of the urbanization, it's costly. I will have to work. Me and my partner will have to work. We will have the two different working spaces. We'll have the two different colleagues. We will have the two different working culture, the two different working timings. And there, the clashes could exist, right? So, urbanization is another reason. Next, UNICEF India report of 2021 links early marriages and low education with increased risk of domestic violence and eventual separation. And see the data here. Low literacy, obviously. Okay, as per the data, low literacy, especially among women, correlates with early unstable marriages, right? So, as per the National Family Health Survey number 5, 2019 to 21, female literacy in Bihar is just 60.4% and in Rajasthan, just 65.3%, leading to lower awareness of legal rights and family planning. That might ultimately, frustrate the women as well as the men. And now the vibes, the understanding, the emotional connect between the two might get distracted, might get derailed, might get disconnected. Okay, ultimately, yes, the word separation. Now, child marriages impact still prevalent in several states. Example, West Bengal, 41.6%, Bihar, 40.8%, right? And now these child marriages are another great reasons, wonderful reasons, sarcastically obviously, for divorces. At the early stage, you are not having much information, much knowledge, much awareness, etc. things. And then, with the passage of time, with the upcoming ages, you gain some maturity and understanding. And then you realize that, no, this is not my thing. And I'm not going to stay here. I'm sorry. And then the separation again. Right? Okay. So as per the NFHS, that is National Family Health Survey number 5, often leading to early divorces due to emotional immaturity, as well as, yes, this emotional immaturity leads to domestic level abuse. And then the other data, the states with highest number of divorces in India. Okay. As you can see, it is Northeast. It's surprisingly not North. Surprisingly not South, it's Northeast. And now you would be like, sir, how? India to develop, or we talk about the modernization of India, is at its best in Northeast. Obviously, the Seven Sisters plus Sikkim is, that's Seven Sisters plus one, that is brother Sikkim, are the states. Those who have, provided highest contribution in developing or in, providing much modernization to India. Not from the perspective of physical infrastructure I'm talking about, from the social infrastructure I'm talking about. And how come it happens? It's happening that we have got this data. Mizoram 3.9%, Sikkim 3.1%, Nagaland 3%, compared to all India average of 1.1%. How so? And this is the census of 2011. The fresh one is yet to be represented in front of us. So if you see the state-wise distribution, okay, so first of all, the image credit goes to India.pixels. Okay, so the source of this image is India.pixels. And if you see the data, some disturbing data, let's talk about the color variation first. So light green, the dark green one, okay, these are the states with less number. This light green one, these are the states with more separation. Okay, and then the yellow, the pinkish one and the reddish brown one, these are the states with highest number of separation and divorces. So as you can see, Nagaland, Mizoram, Sikkim, as well as the Andaman and Nicobar regions, highest. Less in numbers it is. The other ones, if you can see, okay, here are the states, UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, okay, and the other states like Maharashtra, Gujarat, they are much greener here. Reason being less number of divorces and separations. So when you see this data for all the states except Gujarat, okay, except Gujarat, separation rate is higher than divorce rates. Okay, here separation is higher, divorces are less. Okay, the husband wife, they are separated, not divorced. There was no significant difference between the separation or the divorce rates between rural and urban India, almost equivalent. Then Kerala, Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu, they have highest separation rates. Gujarat, Assam and Maharashtra have highest divorce rates apart from Mizoram, Nagaland and Sikkim. Okay, apart from these states, okay, Mizoram, Nagaland and Sikkim, okay, we have got other states with highest number of divorces. Okay, so who are they? So they are once again Assam, Maharashtra. They have got what? The highest number of divorce rates. Okay, then Kerala, Chhattisgarh and Tamil Nadu have highest separation rates. Okay, Gujarat is having good amount of this, what we say, the separation, but less amount of divorces. Okay, so separation is the more bigger problem in India as compared to the divorces. Separated families are here more. Okay, so overview, we talk about the state-wise divorce trends. Okay, as per the 2011 census. So we talk about Northeast, 2.5 to 4%. Highest once again Mizoram, Nagaland, Meghalaya, Sikkim. Okay, then South India we talk about 1.5% to 2.8%, highest being in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. And we talk about northern belts, less than 1%. Okay, majority of the states UP, Bihar, Rajasthan and Haryana. And now the concern here is, or the question here is, why Northeast? Okay, the state with some, the area with some, you know, the whole Northeast, greenery rich, some wonderfully flourished culture, some, you know, most beautiful people, beautiful as in not from the, you know, physical appearances, from the heart, right? They have, you know, represented some extraordinary level of hospitality, of, you know, some great level of some gesture, some wonderful gesture of service, right? You talk about, you know, the guesting there or the hosting of the people there. You talk about their contribution into the defense services. Okay, they have been, you know, some wonderful people with us in India, right? So from south to north, northeast to northwest, we the people of India, right? And when it comes to northeast, so a particular location with some great gift of nature as well as the society, but then still why do we have it? So it's a very positive thing which has created a negative impact. Sarcasm at its best. The positive thing that has created a negative impact when it comes to the bond between the two people. Okay, so the reason why Northeast. Tribal societies in Northeast, they often follow more egalitarian gender norms. Egalitarian as in they provide more equality. Okay, and divorce is socially accepted. Divorce is not a big taboo there. Okay, and hence, okay, it is taking place. We talk about the urban versus rural thing, right? So we talk about the tribal communities first. See, the culture changes from location to location, right? So when we talk about the tribes of our Northeast, our tribes there, okay, so they have got a very egalitarian approach. Equality is there. If you know there is a male trying to dominate, we like get lost. We talk about the many societies in Northeast, in fact, with our tribal communities, they are matriarchal, not patriarchal, matriarchal. You know that Meghalaya region, the Garo, Khasi and Jaintia hills, if you go ahead and search on Google, you'll get to know that Khasi Hill District Council in the year 2023, this is Khasi Hill District Council, year 2023, mandated it that you will be given the scheduled tribe certificate only if you have used your mother's surname. Right? See their approach, right? How wonderful. You want the scheduled tribe certificate? Okay, come and get it. But you will be getting it only and only if you have used your mother's surname, not father's surname. Right? So they are promoting matriarchy. That okay, let's eliminate this patriarchal society. You know, it's troubling a lot to the whole nation. So Khasi Hill District Council's judgment it is. It's a proper legislation, proper rule. Right? Okay. So this is where, you know, some positive things, and those positive things, unfortunately, you know, once again, everything comes with pros and cons. So it has also comes with the cons. Right? Now, since equality is there, so a divorced woman is not seen as a, you know, burden to the family or spot to the society. Okay, divorce is divorce. Okay, no problem. We'll have another marriage. So, but you know, the data is increasing that divorce happened. Right? Okay. So urban versus rural population. As per the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TISS, okay, urban regions like Bengaluru and Mumbai specifically report 25 to 30% spike in family court cases related to divorce in the last 1 decade. Due to what? Dual income stress. Obviously, the mega cities are costly, and yes, the lifestyle mismatches. Right? 2 different working profiles, 2 different working cultures, then 2 different priorities. And that could lead to miscommunication between the 2. Right. So these are the probable reasons. And now the next troubling data. National Commission for Women reported 30% rise in domestic abuse complaints during COVID-19 lockdown. 30% rise in just 2020 to 2021. Obviously, it's, you know, not so admissible thing, right? So which led to the separation and ultimately divorce later. So as you can see, women financial autonomy is reshaping marital power dynamics. And now you'd be like, sir, what's wrong in that? No, nothing wrong in that. Yes, it's needed, obviously. Because women, as per the Palm Rajput Committee report of 2016, the new women empowerment policy that has been based on the Palm Rajput Committee report of 2016 clearly mentioned that do not see women just as a beneficiary. Who are you to see women as a beneficiary? Women, they are another working hand or the pillar into the growth and development of the Indian society as well as economy, both at the same time. Right? So just read the Palm Rajput Committee report. These are all the words of the Palm Rajput Committee. Right. So yes, women should be working, women should be earning, women should be independent. That is needed for the overall growth, holistic growth and development of the nation. But ultimately, once again, same thing, pros and cons both. So women's financial autonomy is reshaping marital power dynamics. Men, they do not have anything more left with them that, okay, I am the owner of the house. No, you're not. But still, you know, coming from the orthodox or the stereotype mentality, it troubles that male ego thing that, oh my God, my lady is working and earning more than me. She is, you know, living a more standard life than me. So that creates some ego clashes. Specifically, the fragile male ego gets disturbed here. Okay. And because of which, once again, firstly clashes, then separation, then divorce ultimately. Then comes the next, women in workforce. So labor force participation among urban women rose to 20.04% in 2022. Right? That led to the financial independence, that led to lower tolerance for abuse or neglect. Very good. That's absolutely correct. But ultimately, you know, when there is abuse, obviously no one will be tolerating. And yes, finally, the data of divorces will be increasing. Then assertion of equal partnership leading to conflict in traditional households. Obviously, this will be happening as well. Right. So ultimately, what we need to understand, why marriages are failing in India. It's not because of some negative reasons. The reasons are positive. So ultimately, what we need to understand, we are overcoming the orthodox and stereotype mentalities. We are washing away or eliminating or vanishing those, you know, evil practices. The patriarchy, or the man is the owner of the house, as the director of the house. The woman has just one task, take care of the household activities, cook, wash utensils, wash clothes, okay, take care of the family and everything, feed the family members, etc. like things, okay. And now, thanks to the rapid urbanization, as per the data, you know, 30%, 34% we have been now into the urban areas. But still, you know, the contradictory events At one side, we are developing. On the other side, we are still following some stereotype or the orthodox or the patriarchal mindset, and because of which a proper clash is taking place. And hence, as a result, you find these images. Though these images are never justified, okay, as these are the names that should have been vanished from the globe. As you have seen recently, देखो शादी नहीं करनी, प्यार नहीं है, मत करो. किसी की जिंदगी तो बर्बाद मत करो. If you don't love any person, if you don't accept that person, don't do that. What she has done, love marriage, killed the guy, and now in the drum. We have got that Pune wala case, right? What was his name? Killed the girl Shraddha. Okay, cut the body parts in multiple pieces and then put it in the deep freezer. Now another case of suicide. Right, another case of suicide, and now this time another case of murder. It's not just about female getting the male murdered, or female creating some atrocities because of which a male is committing a suicide. It's happening both way. It's vice versa thing happening both way. Okay, these are just the recent examples, but it is happening both way. It's not like only the females are culprits, only the males are culprit. Now these days both are equivalently culprits. Okay, so remember guys, the reasons for the failed marriages in India, it is not just because of the old traditional thoughts. It's because of the old traditional thoughts that we are now trying to overcome. And now that is the aftermath, that is the after effect. And that's what doesn't means that we should stop overcoming the traditional thoughts. No, we shouldn't be. But yes, we should be trying to balance it. So remember, if someone is asking you what are the reasons for the failure of the marriages in India, so the marriages in India, they are failed with not just the stereotype mentalities, with the modern mentalities and the contradiction between the two. And now talking about the greatest evil, the most biggest virus, technology, right? The technology thing which exposes couples to temptations, surveillance, and the trust issues. And as per the survey, the Marriages and Family Therapy Association of India, okay, the survey of the Marriage and Family Therapy Association of India, it found 21% of the marital conflicts in India, urban India, triggered by social media behavior or the so-called online affairs. Right. Obviously, it leads to mistrust, distrust between the couple. WhatsApp and Facebook, they are another, they're cited for 1/5 of the urban divorce cases. Okay, so remember, everything comes with what? The proper pros and cons. And for you, we have got some questions. These are the hot topics. High chances are there that you might encounter them in your mains examination. So when marriages fall apart, so does the silent foundation of society. It's an essay thing, guys. Okay, so try to write it in the essay format. Okay, and this is a question, 250 words. Critically examine the socio-economic and cultural factors contributing to the rising divorce cases in India. Okay, rising what? Divorce cases in India. Socio-cultural or the socio-economic and cultural factors. Okay, so where you have to submit your answers, you can share your answers on the Telegram channel, that is study_with_Praveen, and you can also share your work, your homework on the Instagram account, that is Praveen Mishra _2107. So wherever you can, okay, and please connect with me on my Telegram channel so that we can share all the class notes, PDFs, and the other classes links as well. And before that, do not forget to hit the subscribe button of the StudyIQ IAS English channel, okay, so that you never miss any update from the channel. You know it very well how much channel is working for you. What is the contribution of the channel in your success? You know it very well. So guys, hit the subscribe button, okay, never miss an update from the channel, and share your work on Telegram or Instagram, wherever you are comfortable. And thank you so much guys for watching. Please do share this video with your friends and family, and let us know your opinion on the same into the comment section. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.